Dolph Ziggler has had a pretty odd career in the WWE, from his days in the Spirit Squad to nowadays when he chases for belts but rarely ever gets them. Mattel has had many Dolph Ziggler figure releases, but I personally don't think any have been definitive. Mattel gets another try in Elite 48. Is this finally the one and only Dolph we need in our collection? The packaging for this figure is just like all the other figures in the wave. Pick a Dolph on the side and back, as well as some facts and the other people in the set. I'd like to point out that the back says that he is from February 2016, but that's wrong. The attire is from Survivor Series 2015. Dolph wore a pretty sweet attire at Survivor Series 2015. It was a super Motley Crue inspired outfit and featured many little studs all around. The dudes and dudettes at Mattel didn't sculpt the studs. Instead, they simply painted them. I think that's certainly fine. I also like how we are finally getting some thicker legs wearing tights after the woefully inadequate skinny legs of Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. But let's get into the nitty-gritty and have some rough critiques, okay? The problems I have with this figure is that there are some elements of his attire that were left out. First off, they left off his belt. Would have been a solid inclusion here, but I can theorize that it was left out so that his jacket vest would fit better. But why not just paint the belt on then? Also, he's totally lacking any of the details on his gloves, but that doesn't bother me as much as my two biggest qualms, which are his hair and his eyebrows. The eyebrows look way too high and like someone drew them on drag queen style. And then his actual hair. At this time, Dolph had brown hair with blonde highlight strips. Mattel really couldn't handle this at all and decided to randomly paint some parts blonde and have the rest of the hair be painted in a drab brown. It just looks like he got some spaghetti stuck in his hair. It doesn't look good and really brings the figure down. We've seen some amazing hair paint work with Ultimate Warrior figures, so I wish we could see that work done here. His vest, though, is pretty much a work of art. Mattel really accomplished something great here. They didn't just phone this part in. There are so many sculpted segments that they could have just relied on paint, yet they didn't. It's cool to see Mattel busting out this level of sculpture. I just wish that their paint skills were on this level. The vest is removed at the front. It's not the most rubbery, so it'll take a bit of work to remove it. The body choice that they chose for Dolph is, in my opinion, quite suitable. Dolph also includes a portion of a behind-the-scenes backdrop. If you've seen any of my other videos on this channel, you know that I think this is silly and should not be called a diorama. Let's wrap this review up. It's been quite a while since we've seen Dolph in an Elite series. He has gone through many changes. He dropped his neon colors, he added tights, he embraced the color black, and he also incorporated a rock star style. I think that this is one of the best Ziggler head scans, but it's a shame that its paint is so poorly executed. If Mattel can figure out a way to boost up their paintwork and maybe make this just slightly more accurate to the event, they have a 10 out of 10. Right now, I'd say that this is a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's good, just not the best around. But yo, if you thought that this video was the best around, I'd recommend you hit that like button, comment your thoughts on this figure, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you when I make another video, hopefully.